Oh. Jumping. Ah, flathead by the tail, eh? The old flathead by the tail trick. A little baby dusky. See you, buddy. Now the number 2. Oh, that's an easy release. They are around. Cast just to the edge of that weed bed. Keep flicking. Ah, dropped him. That was a good flat. There we go. Yeah, Brim is it. Brim hit it. Amber ale strikes again though. Good colour lure. Yeah, buddy. There you go. Nice whiting. Nice whiting, hit a little double clutch, 60mm, amber ale colour. Nice fish. There you go, buddy. Off you go. What have we got here? Another whiting. Woo! I'm loving catching the whiting. Loving it. It is just gold. Golden fun. Oh buddy, oh buddy, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. Yeah, just quite a quick retrieve, non-stop, very quick short twitches. The whiting are hitting it. Great fun. And again, next cast. Not a big fish, but gee, every hit on these on hard body lures is so much fun. And the flats. And this is the double clutch 60mm amber ale colour, which I've been doing really well on the flats in quite clear, calm days. So I'll stick with what works for now. Oh, come on, buddy. Forgot to bring my rag. There you go. So far, that's 4 flatties, 2 whiting, and a brim. Go again. They cast a mile too, so casting with the wind, get a nice big cast out there. It's all about 60cm deep here. Take up the slack and just keep it moving. Little twitches. Another little dusky. Keep still and I'll let you go. Come on. Oh, good. Don't you want to go, buddy? Such sharp hooks. Got to be very careful. Chased it so hard. So aggressive. It's just last final bit winding in, and it. Come on, mate. Alright, wants to grab you, you're not keeping still. When you're finished. Don't grunt at me either. Grunt, grunt, grunt. Set number 9 for the day. Quite a short time so far. Oh, didn't feel that big at first. Finding a bit more now. Must be foul hooked. Oh yeah, it is. So often with these lures, I have a couple of goes at them, and a second or third strike they get hooked. Sometimes foul hooked like that. As they're swiping at them, they get nailed. Amber ale colour strikes again. Like any lure, high body lure, once they've had a few hits, a few fish, they often get just a little bit out of tune, and if they're not tuned, they'll go swim to the left or the right and not crash into the bottom. Definitely makes a difference to your catch rate. So turn that little toe point the opposite way to the way it's swimming and give it a test, just a tiny bit at a time, or you can totally ruin the lure. So yep, now swimming straight, good to go again. Good. Pike, that's high. Bigger at first. Big hit. Not a huge amount of weight though. But I'll just switch to this. Oh, that's not a bad fatty. Oh, not big. A little bit. Still a lot of little males around. Just switch to that little 48mm double clutch. And it's getting a lot of hits. Hoping for a bit more cloud cover for this colour. It's a bit of a harder sort of colour, but the orange bellies are always killer. Looks like a wounded bait fish, or maybe it just catches their eye. But either way, number 14. Beautiful day. We'll move on to the next spot. Hey, flatty dog. Gotta love the flatties, hey. Gotta love the flatties. Alright, Dusky. I'll sort you out. I'll sort you out, buddy. Don't stress. Hey, come on. Behave yourself and I'll let you go. 2 and 2 casts. That's another little Dusky. The little fellas are fast, eh? I don't want to lose a double clutch but lifting them up, but they're ain't little, so I'll take the chance. Come on. Come on, mate. Just let you go. There you go. Can't believe I haven't got spiked once yet. This is a very common spot, and that's 2 fish and 2 casts on the double clutch. Bit of flatty. Lazy bugger. He's waking up a bit. one into the shore. Flathead number 18 for the day. Come on, mate, let's have a look at you. There he is. Coming up to flathead season. Hey little fellas today, the bigger ones will come. Back of the moon now, but still plenty of fun around. I'm not going to keep anything today. Come on, buddy. Didn't bring my net either, so I'm going to swim this fella into shore. There you go, buddy. Catch a wave, catch a wave. Settle down, settle down. A little bit bigger. Aren't they just cool fish, mate? Cool fish. And that's that colour lure that's been cleaning up constantly around here. Alright. Get that lure out, let them go. Let them swim off, look for a bigger one. Usually by now I've got a few bigger ones, but it's been quite a few days lately. There you go, buddy. Off you go. Gone. Another dusky. So this is the lure that's been doing all the damage today, and many days, the amber ale colour in the double clutch 60. I'm going to switch to different colour soon with a bit of cloud cover. Motor oil sort of one. But I'll have a quick few more throws with this one and just show you what action's been working really well for me to get the hits. So obviously it's always easier to cast with the wind if you can. So I've got a bit of a southeasterly here behind me. Throw it out there as far as I can. These things cast really well. Using decent braid makes a big difference. This Arrow's 2 to 6 pound rod. Good for the stuff, nice light rod, little Sedona reel, 2500. Cast it out, take up the slack, give it a jerk to sort of get it diving. And then it's just a constant flick like this. Same as what we sort of do with the vibes. It's just that consistent rhythm we find gets the hits, makes it predictable for the fish. The next thing you want to do is make sure you tap in the bottom all the time. So if I know I'm fishing a bit deeper, I'll go a bit bigger double clutch. This is a 60. It's really good for meter up to about, say, 80 centimeters, 50 to 80 centimeters. Shallower than 50, I'll go the 48s, and deeper than sort of 80, I'll go the next the size up, double clutch 75. Do one more cast. Throw it out there. Take up the slack. Flick, 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 flick. Tighten up that drag. Flick. Just like that. Just keep it rolling over the bottom. You can also do a straight out retrieve. Just a medium roll. And you can also use the reel to do those flicks. So flick, flick, flick. But generally, I just like doing that constant flicking motion. Keep casting it out as far as you can. Work the right depth if you find it's not tapping bottom. Next cast a bit shallower, which is why the edges of these sandbanks are such good places to fish, because you can choose your depths. Beaches too would work really, really well with the double clutches. I'm going to do that soon, I reckon. It's going to be heaps of fun catching flathead, dart, brim, whiting on the beaches. So that's all you do. I'm going to change colour soon, see what other fish I can find. Righto, so I've changed to this motor oil gudgeon sort of colour. That's what it's called. Another one of my favourites. And see how it goes in this cloud cover. One thing I do too is, if you find you're coming over some really shallow sand while you're retrieving, and it really crash dives and digs into the sand and sort of stops swimming too much, I'll hold the rod a bit higher as I'm going over that shallow bank. So you're still getting that lure a little bit higher and it's still vibrating before it hits the bottom. It's those vibrations that these hard bodies send out, I think, that get a lot of fish's attention. So if it's not going over really shallow water and not swimming, lift your rod. Same thing if you're finding deeper water, not hitting bottom, hold your rod down low to get it down deeper. Say it's deeper out there now, so I'll get my rod to right near the water, so you are getting to the bottom. So it's always about getting the right amount of action out of the lure. See some nice weed beds ahead, darker looking holes, all great flathead territory. We'll have a look. Just a perfect looking ground. Another flatty. Wish I had my little landing net. Oh, and she swam to my leg. There's the motor oil gudgeon. Oh, doing the job. Just tire him out a bit. Try to go between your legs, and I do not want that hook in my leg. Got you now, buddy. It's another flatty. Smashed it. Lure. Rightio, get you off. Let's get some more, buddy. Alright, still there. Just come towards me. Little fella, little brim. I thought I had a different fish to that before. Felt like a flatty hit, but probably was the brim. So a couple of fish there, and again I've got to tune this lure. It's just slightly out of tune, which makes a very big difference. I was swimming to the right, grab that little toe point, and I just gently push my finger so the toe point bends slightly to the left, tiny bit at a time, very gently. If you're too rough, you'll break the lure and it'll need to go in the bin. And there it is, swimming perfectly straight again. So I am sort of walking against the tide now. I did go with the tide, so if I'm walking against the tide back to where I was, to the boat, I've got to at least work the lure across the tide, just not against it, because it doesn't reach the bottom as easy then, against the force of the water. Across the tide and just keep trying to find that bottom. Otherwise cast it into the shallows and where there's less current, and you can easily reach the bottom. The other big thing obviously is got to cover a lot of ground to find fish. If I find a patch, I will stay with them until I've stopped getting hits, but you can't just expect to stand in one spot and catch fish all day long. You've got to find them, and they're always moving. So I'll fan cast all the way around me and just keep finding those flathead. They find it pretty hard to resist hard body lures. I'm going to do a lot of this over the coming months. It's going to get better and better. Places like Jumping Pin in the Southern Broadwater, great way to do it and very effective numbers, and we'll get some big ones, so looking forward to it. So another thing I'll do is I've just walked all the way along this sandbank here. When I walked that way, I worked the shallow water inside me here, and on my way back now I'm working outside here, so I'm covering systematically the whole area. Got to be as systematic as you can to find those flathead lies. Casting out there now, it does get a little bit shallower through there, so I'm tapping bottom just like trolling. And I found this method, yeah, is just the most consistent. Probably see a lot on YouTube with double clutches. It's a really good lure to twitch. Really like his new sizes too, the 60mm and the 48mm. You're gonna get a lot more bites in them. I don't lose too many. I'm careful where I cast them. I try and avoid snags. Occasionally, oh, there's a hit. I was just winding it in there, and he followed it all the way up to this fish. He's took it from me 2 meters away there. He's not a bad fish, this. Occasionally I hook stingrays, but most of the time it's nice flatties. Just great numbers. Can't wait to do more of this, because even here in winter in Queensland, you can still go walking around in the shallows and you're not freezing. And you've got such good control of where you're fishing. Not a bad fish. So always work it all the way back to yourself. You see then, right there on the video, he followed it right up to my feet. Just as I was about to lift it out of the water, he grabbed it. So yeah, I used to sort of get a few meters away and lift it out of the water, but work it all the way. What I do is twitch it till then, and then just a straight out crank at the end, which sort of I think makes them more urgent. They just think it's getting away and they accelerate and chase it down. So it's a nice fish. Oh, this is a nice flatty. That's the other thing too, is don't worry about size. If you're getting little ones, chances are the bigger ones can be there. I usually carry a little net with me doing this, but I forgot it today. Look at that beautiful flatty, hey? Absolutely smashed that motor oil gudgeon. I'll swim him into the beach gently. Yeah, you don't want to force them because you don't want to break that leader. I'm using 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. Pretty light, but you get more bites. Nice thin P 0.6 braid. Everything is made for finesse fishing doing this. And he smashed that lure. Wasn't getting the hits on that other colour. Switched to this motor oil with this bit of cloud cover now, and bang. So you got to keep working, don't be lazy. Go through a few different colours, see what works. Gently get this fella out of the water. Don't want to lose my lure. And there you go. Beautiful flathead on the Gold Coast. Could easily keep him for dinner, but I'm not keeping anything today. Catching at least you can see where we are. Seawell's right there. Too easy. That lure out of the flatty's mouth and just push it back into the water. Off you go, mate. Yeah, all right. There you go. There you go. Go on, scoot. See you, Dusky. Another essential if you're doing this is a good pair of polarized sunnies, and there's no better sunnies I think than spotters with the glass lenses. They don't scratch easily, they last years and years, and you really get to spot all the structure that you can be casting at. The depth changes, the weed beds, the drop-offs, the darker areas on the bottom that flathead like sitting around. Really can make a big difference to your fishing. So good pair of sunnies, essential. Gee, these things cast a mile. Another lure I'm looking forward to using more is the ProLure ST72 for the bigger flatties. Bit bigger lure, and they're going to be bringing out a smaller size at some stage, I think. So that'll be really good lures too. So many good colours. You do need a variety of colours in your collection. I know it costs money, but you soon work out your favourites and round it down. Oh, round it down to a few good ones. And yeah, it really does make a difference to what colour you use. Some days one colour works, some days a different one. But you've got to have a few different colours to fall back on. Some of the favourites, absolute favourites, the AUs, a lot of people's absolute favourite. I love this one here, the Motor Oil Gudgeon, and also the Amber Ale. Yeah, quite a few others. There's not many that don't catch fish, but yeah, definitely some standouts. The Suji colours too, really good. Yeah, really good. Japanese design. Top lures. Ah, Spirit, I missed that one there. Just big one just before. You still see its lie there. See a puff of sand come up as you're walking. It's usually a flathead. Come on, buddy. Wolf that down. Sort you out and let you go. Saw that sandy edge there, but oh, got to be a fish there. Cast it on top of it, bang. Oh. Hold on, buddy. I'll get you off. I'll get you off. I'll get you off. Shh, shh, shh. Take it easy. Still got a bit of life in him, that little fella. Keep them in the water, they stay a bit calmer. But see that pliers going towards them. They lose the plot a bit. Alright, you get off then. You get off. You get off. Alright, I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Just don't want to get gill raked and I don't want to hook up my finger, so let's do a deal. Keep still and I'll let you go. No one gets hurt. Good on you, mate. Alright. One more cast. Getting literally a hit every cast now. That's a very predictable flathead spot right there. Deep water coming up into shallow. And this bank all around us. Ah, oh, come on, mate. Not a bad day on the old flatties. 20 plus. It's a good fun day. Well, that's 3 casts in a row. Good way to finish. Oh, wow. That's heaps fun. How about one of you just fall off for a change? I really should have my net and my cloth, but being very careful. 3 casts in a row. I'm going home. One more cast, and then I'm going home. It's literally every cast now. Literally every cast a flatty. Well, that's it. Time to go home. Very good session today. Not big fish, like I said, a few decent ones, but a lot of fun on high body lures. Let's do it. Well, that's it, guys. Try to throw in as many tips there as possible on what I've learned so far from the double clutches and using them on over the shallows. So yeah, fun little session, and I'll go home and edit this video and chat again soon. If you want to learn more, jump on one of my charters and I'll show you around the Gold Coast. Very good place to fish, a lot of options. So if you want to learn more, jump on the Gold Coast rivercharters.com or on our Facebook page, search Brad Smith Fishing Charters. Thanks guys, chat soon.